The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
A man, is it the power in his hands? Is it his quest for glory? Give it all you got to fight to the top, so we can know your story. Now you're a man, a man, man, man. Now you're a man, a mounty, mounty, man, a man, man, man. You are now a man, you're a man. Now you're a male. Live it, live it. What makes a man? Is it the woman in his arms? Just 'cause she has big titties? Or is it the way he fights every day? No, it's probably the titties. Now you're a male. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh. Now you're a male. Male, 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 male. Now you're a male. M-A-N, man, 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 man. Now you're a male.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Men's Room. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. It's time for the Pop Culture Corner, and with me, as always, is my buddy. We might need a beard trim, too, because we're both getting a little long. Tommy Gunn.
What's up, everybody? I'm glad it's Friday. I am so looking forward to the weekend. I hope you are, too.
You're a little low, but you're sounding somewhat all right, just a little low.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
That man, with all the things behind him, he's rocking out. It is Superfan Adam Shawhan.
That's right, man. With the plan, along with Frank and the Wiener Dog Clan, we are here to have some fun on the Men's Room.
Yeah. Down in it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, last but well, he's not late tonight. It's Channel Dad Brian Late.
He's muted.
No, he's not. He's just being facetious. His mic's unplugged. Hey, Angry Devils over on the Trovo, what's up?
And he's still muted.
Yeah.
He's going to sort it out.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, he just left.
It happens.
Last but not least, the kangaroo hunter himself, David Applegate.
Welcome to another episode of the Men's Room. Ha! You thought I was going to say coffee and gaming, didn't you?
Yeah. Late, I'm sure he'll be around in just a minute.
Yeah, he showed us the plug. It's fallen out. And it didn't go. Yeah. When he put it back in, it didn't work. So I think he mouthed, "I'll sort it out. I'll be back," or "I'll be back." One or the other.
Pretty much. That's what I was taking it as. So good. I'm glad it wasn't just me. I was like, all right, yeah, it's...
Oh, righty. Well, how have you guys been? How's your week?
Long.
Why?
Over.
Because it's been crappy weather here.
I know, man. It's cold. I don't like it.
No.
Fall
No,
Adam,
today
you still
was
getting snow?
cold.
Well, we haven't had snow, but then they're saying it's supposed to snow tonight and then tomorrow. So it's the same crap we've been getting. Snow, then it goes away with 3 days of warm weather, then it rains, then it snows.
Mm.
And it's April. But global warming, folks. Talk about a lot. They get
sucks,
warmer.
man.
It's cold.
It is cold. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Late as usual. Channel Dad Brown late. Back again.
Still muted.
His mic is muted.
Yeah.
Still nothing. Still nothing.
Tonight, playing the role of Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Channel Dad Brian Leap.
He's just got to be like,
I feel like the Peanuts, he could be the teacher.
oh, my Lanta. Oh, so I'd love to know what Leif's been up to this week. I'm guessing he still hasn't moved. I see the plate that's behind his head. I think that's his mother-in-law's.
Yep, I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah.
Oh, come on. It'll take him a month just to pack his beer.
It's a good thing he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Yeah.
It's funny how he laughs, and it's like, oh, is he laughing? Oh, yeah, he's laughing. See his head bob.
That's probably how a ghost feels, though. Everybody's like talking about that person, and that ghost can hear everything they say, but can't say
what, man?
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen that movie with that kid 20 years ago about that guy who doesn't know he's dead.
Yes. I'm sure one of these days he'll figure out what's wrong with his mic, or he might already know and just be messing with us.
While you weren't paying attention, he took a snapshot and froze it there, so it just looks like he's frozen.
Right, like I did to Tommy that night.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Like,
funny.
I'll show you all. I found out that I was getting kind of mad about my car. I took it in for the oil change, and the hood popper, the wire that ran to it had fallen off. No big deal. But I was like, all right, you guys, it fell off. Take care of it when you do the oil change. The guy comes back and he's like, yeah, it's the spring assembly so you pull that, then there's other springs it pulls to open. He's like, oh, you need to replace yours. It's like $300. I was like, oh, hell no.
Good Lord.
For a catch release? Go down to the go down and find your model at the nearest wreckers.
So that was well, this is 2016. This is the problem though. It's like, dude, the car's not that old. It shouldn't need a new hood latch pop assembly anything, right? Because the car's not that old. I'm like,
Besides
I'm the second owner,
Besides
like,
that,
okay.
it's pretty reliable technology.
It's funny because I did get the extended warranty because I was more worried about the batteries and shit because they can be extremely expensive on the Priuses. And I'm like, I'll do the extended warranty because it added like $10 a month. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, I made the guy check in it because this happened Saturday. So, this was after last week's show that this happened. And, he tells me all this. And I tell him, well, check. I've got the extended warranty on this. It should cover it. And if you'd look for me, sure as shit, the dude actually called me back the other day. And he's like, yeah, it's covered. We just need to make, schedule an appointment, drop the car off for a couple hours, and it's 100% covered. It's like, cool. So I don't have to pay for it. But I was about to trade that bitch in, busted as it was, too, because I was pissed. I was like, man, I've had this car a couple of years. It shouldn't be like this at all.
Yeah.
No, but you'll got to remind them when you got the warranty because they're hoping you forget.
Yeah, buddy.
I got some other parts for my Scion. I just haven't had time to put stuff on because we've been waiting the last couple of days for the puppies to come, and well, they came less than 12 hours apart. So, but everybody's here. Everybody's doing good. So, hell yeah, man. We're down there wrestling and having fun. Yep.
That's good. Did you guys watch any WrestleMania?
Oh yeah, I watched all of it. It was hilarious.
The the one that I saw was Johnny Knoxville, and then Wee Man showed up.
Dude, that Wee Man body slam, I died laughing. I was messaging with Etep Lakulian and Tony from Clown World Review and Angela Straven. I was messaging, and when he did that slam, and then Etep messaged back too, he's like, he was dying laughing. I was already laughing my ass off when that happened, dude. I lost it. A Wee Man body slam. I was like, hell yeah. Like that was an entertaining little bout of stuff that happened. Like that was fun. That was fun.
That's the only one I saw. Somebody posted it, so that was really all that I seen of it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the whole thing, and I'm not a fan of the 2-night thing personally. I can see where that'd be a pain. Well, think about it, right? They used to only be like 3 hours long, 3-4 hours max. Now they're up to like 6-7 hours. The only way they can do that is over 2 days. And after the pandemic happened, it gave them the perfect test run. At that time, people needed content. In all honesty, there were a lot of people that craved it badly. So from that aspect, I could see doing it. But like now, I don't. But like, WCBS, that meant instead of just going Friday, Saturday, and then you go home Sunday or however the guys usually did it. Yeah, because the pay-per-view used to be on Sundays. So, they had the whole weekend, and then now Saturday and Sunday, and then you go home. So, I don't know. I haven't talked with Jeff and the guys to see what they thought, him and Dion. But personally, I don't care. It doesn't really matter, but I still liked it better when it was a one-night event at like about 4 hours at the max. I think that's enough for a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, they've changed, The pay-per-views used to always kind of push the storylines. It was a hand-in-hand working together kind of a thing.
Do you have to
not anymore.
Do you have to like buy 2 different pay-per-views?
No.
Since it's 2, okay.
No. Because I've got Peacock, and if you've got Peacock, you got WWE. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so that's where you purchase the pay-per-view from?
No, it's free. If you've got Peacock, you get all the pay-per-views free.
I see what you're saying. For some reason, I'm still stuck on the mindset that it's 1998.
You gotta
buy pay-per-views.
Yeah. It's okay, dude. It's okay.
That's
like when WWE launched their app, that was the cool thing about it. You could watch anything from the beginning all the way, like pre-WWF even, when it was WWF.
Yeah.
Stuff from the 70s.
The real WWF.
Yep.
The only thing is I got that app too. When it first came out, it was a little glitchy when it first came out. Did you have that problem, Adam?
No, not at all. I don't watch shit on my phone, but like on all the Fire Sticks or the Roku boxes, because that's pretty much what we've got throughout the house, and or like just the smart TV itself. No, I didn't have
just
any
been
issues
for
with
the
it at all.
Xbox version.
What was your first problem? It's on an Xbox. But yeah, I use the Amazon sticks. The wife has got the other one, the Rokus. So
I like a Roku.
Yeah, I got a Roku.
To me, guys, they're the same. It's no different, right? I've got a 56-inch plasma TV upstairs that's got, she's got the little Roku instead of a Amazon stick, but to me it's the same. It's the same. Like if you give me a Samsung phone or an iPhone, eventually I'll remember how to work either of them because
it's essentially you're right. There's you got to look at who has contracts with each, because I know like I bought a Vizio TV for you guys seen it in my living room, the big screen. I was so hyped because I was like, I got me a smart TV. Like, I'm just going to be able to, I'm not going to have to use a Roku. Wouldn't you believe that the service that I see, my whole family, we do the switching things. The service that I pay for can't be watched on there.
Yeah, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that's a smart TV, dude. That's a sharp, smart LED first run of LEDs.
My grandma had one. Still has one.
There's such a huge difference between first run and second run. First run, you plug it into anything. The second one, they actually have firewalls you have to pay to take down.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Now, I will say the Amazon stick, I have jailbroke one of them, and I've jailbroke a Roku. The Amazon stick is a lot easier to jailbreak.
Really?
Do y'all know what jailbreak means?
I know what it is, but I didn't know.
That's what Seth needs on his TV.
That's how you become a pirate, mate. Arr.
Yeah.
Well, is it okay? So it's not hard to do.
No, I'm just lazy.
It's just you just plug it up to your computer and then you just upload software to it.
Well, then I might get you to get me one just for.
That's all the tech does. Is I plug it in, I remove the firewall, and lo and behold, content's unlocked.
Yep.
Just
don't do it to the new iPhones. Don't do it to the new iPhones.
Well, what happens?
No,
I haven't done it.
Update themselves. They self-check and update.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so they know you, and they alert Apple that you fiddled with your phone, and you get a message about your warranty.
Yeah, your warranty's gone.
Dang.
And you run 10% slower.
See, I don't really ever use my phone for doing that.
Why in the world, if I pay for a device, why in the world do I have to use it their way?
Because they're evil. Control is their theme.
Yeah, but there's always a hack around them. So
yeah,
that's the best thing.
Yeah, once you hack an iPhone, you have to disable update and go, and that's it.
Yeah,
well, it's not like the updates do anything but track you more anyway. So
and updates actually will purposely slow down your phone, so you'll buy a new phone.
Yeah, but I've still got a 7 Plus, a 6 that still works fine, that's still going. I've got a Samsung 4 over here I could still use at any time.
I had the very first, it was the iPad, the little MP3 player for the Apple, the very first touchscreen one. And if I cut it on, it says no longer able to function. Because it was working until I hooked up to iTunes and it made it gone.
That's crazy, dude. See, I can start up a phone that I've got from years ago, and I can connect to Wi-Fi and use it. I mean, I probably have to go through a laundry list of updates, but
right.
You know,
now. Some phones will still work. Others, they'll only work on Wi-Fi, and you can Skype call. Some won't work with WhatsApp. You know, there is a problem. Anything younger than the S8, you start to find there's programs that won't work.
Yeah,
like WhatsApp.
Well, you can't. Like you can't. Some of them. I've got an old iPod Touch, and like I could run Facebook on it. But I could only run the Facebook like many updates ago because
older version,
older versions because it wouldn't do it
because it didn't have the capacity to do the newest updates with tracking software.
Yes.
Yeah, because Facebook has an active tracker and they've been told to remove it, but it's only a suggestion.
Yeah. Speaking of social media, what do you think about Elon Musk purchasing a lot of Twitter?
Oh, I heard about that. I'm curious if it's going to change anything.
Everybody's waiting for Trump.
I recently saw the Elon Tusk episode with Rick and Morty, so it's just making me laugh.
I haven't. What is that? I mean, I've watched Rick and Morty, but I mean, like,
it's just an episode where they worked with Elon Tusk instead of Elon Musk because Elon Musk is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So it was just, they pulled him from a tusk. It's just, it's classic Rick and Morty funniness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, you're still annoying, but you're just not as annoying as the regular Elon.
Regular Elon, yeah.
Nice.
Yes, Tommy Gunn.
I like the headline though. I like the headline. Twitter freaks out after African American buys 9% of Twitter.
I saw something the other day that was really funny.
I'm still curious, did he come from some money or did he just build from ground up?
I can tell you he didn't come. He came from small money, medium business. He had and what happens is in the early days of the internet, he made his money writing gateways to financial payment gateways.
Yeah.
He worked on PayPal and other. He got paid $9 million for PayPal for their payment gateway.
Oh wow!
And then they sold it to China.
Yeah,
he invested in big tech.
I know he's got more money than he knows what to do with.
Yeah, So he had a couple of web gigs, and after a while, he had worked on some pretty big websites and accumulated several $1 million through that. And he started. It took him a long time to get Tesla off the ground.
Is that a disco ball? Or
yes, it is.
Diamond. They go going all 70s on us.
Ugh. Hang on, let's try that again.
Jesse, how have you been? I've been great. I'm back, and you're fired. Hello, all. No need
Elon
to run.
Musk
Your fates
coming
have
to work
already
at
been
Twitter.
sealed. Here's hello. Nice to see you. Who's your best client?
This is Discovery at Warner Brothers right now.
Where are you, Davies?
I'm already packing to save myself the indignity.
That's too bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You lost your mind, Ari?
That's pretty funny.
Now, Twitter's content manager did not quit. He said he would, but he hasn't. Well, we're still waiting for him to move to Canada, right?
Hey, yeah. Move to Canada, eh?
Hey, what's wrong with Mexico, eh?
Hello? No comprende.
Oh, it's alive.
Can he
Speak.
talk though?
He said alive.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, good. I'm going to mute again and blow my nose. Yeah, I got a bad head cold today. Oh, Tommy just went off air. Now he's back.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I might be able to do the beer of the week, too, if you give me a while. I just happened to think of that. I got some Flying Dog.
What's Flying Dog?
You'll find out. Maybe.
Such a heathen. You're such a heathen.
I've ate half of a rhubarb pie.
Flying Dog is a brand inspired by Hunter S. Thompson, and that's not being facetious. So I guess the question is, what do I pull out? Another Twitter. You guys comment on the other ones. You guys didn't hear me. That's delete.
That's great.
Well, Elon said it'll take more than just one change before they can get real change, but he has to learn how. Yeah,
here's the one
I mean, he only just got in there. Come on, he only just got in there.
my God. Look at that. Holy smokes, man.
That's what I was looking for the other day. I seen that, was just like, wow.
Like, that was one of the things that Jez loved the most about Trump was the tweeting never stopped from pre-president to president. Like, he was just like, he's fucking nuts, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. They miss him, and you know it. They need his money. Look at CNN right now.
Yeah, cable news really misses him.
Yeah. Brian Stelter was owned by an 18-year-old who just asked a simple, basic question. And that is, why do you keep getting owned? Come on, he ran off a list, and there isn't one thing on that kid's list that CNN hasn't got egg on their face from. I mean, Nick Sandman, $180 million. I mean, that's a lot of egg. And his only answer is, it's time for lunch.
Now, I am curious. Why does he talk, not Trump, but what's his name? Why does he talk so weird?
Brian?
Elon Musk?
Elon, yeah.
He's from South Africa.
He's South American. South African.
But he talks more like a robot than someone from South Africa.
Well, yeah, he does talk a bit slow.
Doesn't he have like a mental disorder or something?
Is that what it? I don't honestly. I don't know. I'm not trying to pick on him. He just talks.
Yeah, he has a social. He has a social disorder, which he and he actually
pot meat kettle. We talked about that before show.
I mean, all I can say is, remember Lou Ferrigno? There you go.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know what it was. He's because he was on Joe Rogan for him. I was like, I swear it sounds like a robot's talking to him.
Wait a minute,
Tommy, that's when you have to go get fresh air and quit breathing in all those exhaust fumes.
Yeah.
I think his best interview was actually on Babylon B. I'm too perverted for CNN. I'm not perverted enough for CNN, sorry.
Oh man, Twitter's gonna be good once he starts making some changes.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I'll be there to watch it.
No.
Yeah, Jesus, that means
sing
we can
the song.
actually finally start talking about the truths again. Where hey, remember all those machines that were messed up that we still haven't heard anything about, and evidence of the same document being scanned thousands of times to help a certain somebody become president that's not our president, that's acting as president.
Fake news, lacks content. He got it wrong, mostly false. It was hundreds of thousands of times.
So, do y'all want to discuss the topic of tonight?
It'd be a good idea.
Well, I mean, Twitter was a good opening.
What topic?
Oh yeah.
It said anything else you want to talk about. That's not really a topic.
Is the Flash in trouble?
Does anybody really care?
I'm sure there are people.
I hope he replaces.
There is a Yahoo article called "The Flash fans want Grant Gustin to replace Ezra Miller."
You're damn right.
Yeah, as long as they don't do to him in the movies what they did to him in the series.
Yeah.
What did they do to him in the series?
They neutered him. They got rid of all the men off his team, just like they did Arrow. I mean, I haven't watched it in 2 seasons. It's horrible now.
Yeah.
Well, you got to make things more inclusive.
Yeah. Well, they're making it exclusive to others.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no chemistry between him and the actress that plays his wife.
No.
When he
there hasn't been since season 1.
No, when he does the Supergirl crossovers, that's far more believable relationship.
Yeah.
So, and I used to think it was just, they didn't get to know each other, but I've seen that actress and other things, and it's like, no, I think it's her. I think it's just a clash.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, but right now, Discovery is slashing All but the HBO. Everything else is getting, all their senior management, all their senior writers. They're all Rooster Teeth is doing its usual autism routine where everything's all right. Everything's all right. We're not going anywhere, folks.
Well, weren't they trying to sell the CW at some point?
Yes.
I thought so.
Couldn't find.
Yeah, no one wanted to buy it.
Yeah, not even for
I mean,
$1.
look at Batwoman. That show's probably costing them a lot of money.
Yeah,
that show's hilariously horrible.
Yeah, I saw something that it was getting canceled. I'm like, well, the whole premise, it's kind of like the Captain Marvel stuff. The premise that they put forward never succeeded in the comics.
Nope.
The Batwoman kind of like that, or and it's like there isn't a cultural depth to build on. And so you're trying to force this new superhero. It's like,
see, the problem. Yeah, what happened is Marvel succeeded where nobody else did, and that is in the past making Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange a thing.
Yeah.
Because when Black Panther came out, it bombed after 5 years?
Oh, in the comics?
Yeah, the comics.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Doctor Strange had a 10-year run, and he mostly appeared in Spider-Man as a somewhat quasi-villain / quasi good guy who stuffed things up.
Yeah.
In the Nightmare realm. And as for Captain Marvel, you know how many iterations she's been through. But Guardians of the Galaxy had a solid 15-year run and just disappeared because the creator got fired.
So I'm curious, are y'all gonna watch the Doctor Strange?
Yeah, that actually apparently is broken record for pre-sale.
Well, don't forget when the Star Wars movie did the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Probably, I don't know if I'll sit in theaters, but I haven't watched a Marvel movie in theater since Iron Man 3, but I definitely think I'm going to go see Top Gun in the theaters if it ever comes out. But
if we're still alive, that is. Like, if we're still alive when it comes out. Good Lord.
Yeah, we've had the trailer running now for 3 runs. It's like, hello, it could have been and gone by now, and they're still playing.
It was like
the
that
trailer.
Morbius movie, dude. That was the same thing. Like we'd had those trailers like before 9/11 or 9/11. Christ, I'm sorry. The COVID-19 bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think the first Top Gun trailer was like March of 2020.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Saying it was going to come out in the late summer.
Yeah. And Morbius,
yeah. But
they cut so much out of that movie to get it to a 2-hour runtime. And it's like, you should have left it at 3 hours. You should have left the stuff in.
According to superherohype.com, Doctor Strange 2 breaks Fandango's 2022 pre-sale record. But realistically, that's nothing because the only thing that was anticipated was Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman and Morbius, and people have started canceling their tickets for Morbius.
I mean, it literally went from a week ago when you were saying something about it, and I was like, I don't know. I know a lot of guys that we know are going to go see it, to, I was waiting, but it wasn't something that I was wanting to see as much as the Batman. I still want to see the Spider-Man movie. I just haven't got around to doing it. It's just more of a pain in the ass because they only play it like once or twice a day.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying because of No Way Home, that's the reason why the hype is so high for Doctor Strange.
Yes.
He's good, but he really set it up on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, when I watched the Doctor Strange movie, I enjoyed it. Like, I didn't have any problems with it.
Right.
Yeah, but be honest, half the audience wouldn't be there if it didn't have an MCU behind it.
That's also true because I skipped it. And then I went back, like, once it come to Redbox, I was like, man, this is probably gonna be stupid. Got it and really enjoyed it.
Now, I will say, at least I don't have a problem with WandaVision. I don't personally. As long as the Captain America ain't in it, I mean Captain Marvel, I'm fine. I do not.
What about? I mean, what about WandaVision?
She's gonna be in the new Doctor Strange.
Oh, you mean Wanda? Okay.
Yeah, Wanda. What did I say?
You said WandaVision.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think Vision's gonna be in it. He might be though. You never know.
No,
they did show another version of her.
No, they don't have many much left on Paul Bettany's
contract
appearances. I think his TV contract's up, but he's got a movie and movie appearances still left. I think he's got a movie appearance and a movie left. But I think his TV contract is up and he's not coming back.
So I did hear the Wolverine. Who's going to play Wolverine now? Who y'all think?
Well, I think Hugh Jackman's going to come back and play it in a clip in Doctor Strange 2, but...
And then Iron Man's supposed to be in it. Not the original.
No.
But
we're supposed to get Iron Lad in the original MCU run anyway. You know, when Jarvis was supposed to become Iron Man, and then Tony's son, who they cut out of the original, was supposed to take over after Ironheart, because he got so pissed off that this girl pretends that his dad's technology belongs to her.
That the Iron Woman, Williams or whatever.
Yeah, the Rambo, and she was actually going to be played by the person who plays Monica Rambeau.
Oh,
but they changed her around, so now they've gotten somebody else for Ironheart series, and actually now MCU is talking about canceling the last 3 series because of budget issues.
I know they're talking about the Young Avengers. They're thinking about making them.
Well, think about Disney, though. Hold on. Of course they're going to be having budget issues. They haven't done well in the last 3 years.
No, and they're losing subs.
And their employees are getting arrested for child trafficking.
Yeah.
But that's just a normal day in California. So it's okay.
Well, I was in Florida, I think.
What are we up to? 4 2 weeks ago, 1 last week. What's going to be this week? How many this week is the bet? It's the new numbers for the mafia. How many Disney execs get arrested per week?
Well, I'm sure somebody will get choked out by the cops because they can't breathe on fentanyl. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops.
It depends on the ones that have already been arrested who talks.
Yeah. You mean who starts to dictate their suicide note?
Yeah. Well, that's if they cut a deal. Yeah.
Oh, guess what surfaced yesterday? 1995 photo of a certain Ghislaine Maxwell at a certain Disney event.
1985.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and Disney was trying to get that taken down. Could you imagine being a Disney lawyer doing a copyright strike on something like that? It's a photo from a Disney event. You cannot use it without our permission.
Man, I saw a really good meme the other day. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I'm saying it was a while back. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Sure.
I think that it's fan made.
Well, while you're looking for that, did y'all know that film crew snuck their cameras into Disneyland so they could make a movie in Disneyland?
Yeah, they got sued their asses off, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's poking the bear by taking a steak and smacking it in the nose.
Well, I think that's what they were wanting, though, because if something like that gets big story, then they would, I heard the story of that. Is that going to be true or not?
Dude, I hope that's in Doctor Strange. That'll be so awesome.
That's supposed to be the evil Iron Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what his name is, but he's in the comics.
Supreme Iron Man?
Superior
Iron Man.
from a different dimension. He's got
I
all the
read the
Infinity
comic book.
Stones. That's wicked cool looking.
She got
Disney
the
Plus
two
has
Infinity Stones.
announced. So,
Oh,
Do what, Tommy?
is that the Infinity Stones on it?
Yeah.
Yep.
What, David?
Disney Plus has announced a new deal. They are, Disney Plus Lite is now $3.
Wow, they're really reaching.
Yeah.
Disney
Need that
And they're
subscription.
they're going to move Dancing from the Stars from ABC Premium to Disney Plus Basic.
So I use Adam's Disney Plus, and
Oh,
Don't say that out loud, man. It's the Disney thing goes ka-ching. There's a $3 hit for Adam.
Hey,
But-
when I'm at Tommy's house and I stay over, I watch Disney. So fuck them, And then when I'm not
That's
there and on the
legitimate
road,
use. Legitimate use, Disney. You can't poke him for that.
that's right.
I'll try.
did you see they changed it to where they're putting adult content on there now?
I have noticed. I have noticed that the old Netflix Marvel stuff is going on there, and that was a lot more adult themed than.
Because that was a funny thing. I think we talked about that last week. Yeah.
They got
I
rated
think they
MA.
lifted their
They
rating
asked me
from.
to sign in to access it.
Yeah, I think they lifted their rating. It said they lifted their rating, so they didn't say how high, but I think it's only PG-13 or whatever.
No, it's MA.
It's MA, is it?
There's actually 3 movies on there. I was watching TikToks. It says, if you want to be amazed by Disney, look at these 3 movies 10 minutes in and your jaw will drop. So apparently it must show a lot. I have to see if I can find it and pull it up. It was 3 movies that are basically softcore.
Yeah, but still, they'll have to make like 100 TV shows or something to keep all their IPs. They just can't keep up. They're going to lose a lot of their IPs.
Yeah. I don't know why they ever bought Fox. That doesn't make any sense to me.
They're going to lose most of the IPs they bought out of that deal.
Yeah. And they weren't really, it's only through government loan, guaranteed loans they were able even to, they didn't have the cash to buy Fox.
And Fox is laughing out of the way to the bank. It only cost them $3 billion to make a new station, a new service.
Yeah.
Disney could have used the Fox purchase money to do Disney Plus and make a bunch of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And they would have come out ahead.
Yep.
They could have bought the IPs. That's what Fox said originally. They could have bought the IPs. They were done with them. They just said to Disney, "Look, in 10 years' time, you can have them." But just Disney didn't want the competition.
So if Disney buys DC, will we finally get a DC versus Marvel?
No.
No.
Discovery bought Warner.
I don't know if this is 100% accurate. I'm going based upon what I've heard online, and we all know how that goes.
Right.
I've heard that there is a comic book hanging in the DC president's office of the last time they collaborated with Marvel. And it is to remind them never to do that again.
Right.
Yep. It's actually in the office of DC content manager.
Oh, okay. I think I remember Ethan Van Sciver talking about it because
it does exist.
Okay.
It is the Marvel. It's the last Marvel DC crossover, and
it's there. It's hanging in his office as a constant reminder to never do that again.
Because Marvel took their characters.
Oh, did they?
That's what happened. Marvel just took their character. Oh, crossover. Yeah, no worries. It's a Marvel comic now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of people that compare when DC made a character, Marvel would make one almost identical to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of your second tier Marvel characters are rip-offs.
Like I like Superman and everything, but he's kind of like OP when it comes to his universe.
Oh well, see the whole thing. Superman wasn't meant to be a fighting character. He was meant to be a moral Boy Scout character. If you look at some of his storylines, he uses his powers very minimally. He investigates. He's an investigative journalist. Remember when those used to exist? But they can't do Superman right because he's a Boy Scout.
Well, see, they did the Hulk right because the Hulk is OP, but he's not controllable. Like he's a juggernaut. So it works out because he can't control everything about the Hulk.
Yeah, but the people Hulk goes against, it's the same thing. When Hulk started, it was a villain of the week episodic, that he's always not wanting to be the Hulk, but this prick keeps poke, snap.
Wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I still remember.
You don't like me when I'm angry. Shut up.
Was it Mountain Dew commercial that did the whole "you won't like me when I'm angry"?
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah.
I think it was Snickers that did it about you won't like me when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that too. Yeah.
Or hangry.
Mm-hmm. If only they would have used white chocolate and then added green food coloring, you could have had a Hulk Snickers.
That'd have been cool.
I remember going.
Everybody's the Hulk on St. Paddy's Day.
Hulk can get down because Hulk green.
See, I'm curious of what they're going to do with the Hulk because last time we saw Banner, he was human.
Planet Hulk. They are. There's She-Hulk and a talk of Planet Hulk, and they're done with the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk hasn't got much with the MCU because they've only got a limited license. They only got a few appearances for the character, so they're going to use it sparingly before they run it out. Because don't forget, Marvel's losing half its characters. They can't fill the MCU with just 5 characters because they have over 117 they've got to run through to keep their license. That's what happens when you split your IP. You have all these writers now who want their characters back.
Yep.
And the biggest insult was they took Stan Lee's credit off. I don't know if that's true or not. They took down his tribute and they're saying that the credit Stan Lee, etc., on Doctor Strange is gone.
That'd be ridiculous if they did.
No, they're just saying characters by Marvel.
Speaking of
rewrite history that way, and eventually they'll forget who Stan Lee was.
Well, that's the point. They want corporations to be the idol, not the individual.
They made the shit.
No, you look at Disney. How many Disney IPs have made their writers rich, or even their artists?
Oh yeah.
Even the Disney actresses. How many Disney actresses have made it as in Disney, or as soon as they're 18, they're gone?
Well, I thought that was a Harvey Weinstein deal.
No, exactly. Harvey wasn't the only guy, according to Meryl Streep, but she won't name names because she's still making money off them.
Probably.
I never thought he would be alone in that.
Particularly when his best friend was, particularly when how many friends Harvey had: George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey. Well, that's just the Hollywood friends. Never mind his political friends, Gavin. But we all know Harvey's crime: running out of money.
Having a penis and being white.
No, that's after you run out of money.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your D privilege.
No more white privilege card. You got no money, you fucked.
Yeah, you're worthless. You're worthless.
It's like the rest of us.
But I mean, there's talk that George Clooney wants to reboot his movies. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Hey, yeah, sure. Do another Batman, George. Dumbass.
Time for an ER reboot.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to make another E.T.
Well, they did. It was called E.T. the Extra Testicle. Haven't you never seen Cheech and Chong movies before?
Chicka boom, chicka boom.
Hey, man, all I can say is look, up in smoke is where my money goes. In my lungs, sometimes in my nose. When troubled times come, it's okay. Just take a toke, and all my cares go up in smoke.
So, is there a movie y'all would want to see remade?
No.
Seth, you?
Sequel trilogy.
The go-to Tommy question. Is there a movie?
Yeah.
Give us a real Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Yeah. I'd like to see a sequel, an actual sequel trilogy.
You know what the legacy is of the sequels, though? They made the prequels look good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. No, I don't. Yeah, I think I agree with Adam. I don't know if there's any movie that actually. You mean like a good movie that being remade, or maybe a movie that was bad or had a bad idea that to revisit?
They need to remake the Will Smith Aladdin movie just so that we can make that not be a thing.
Or we could just remake his movies and change the person.
Well, I was just referring to the live action crap. I wasn't a fan of, I'm fine with Robin Williams as the genie, but not Will. It's got nothing to do with this pussy ass slap,
Don't you find it odd? Before COVID, they have 10 movies that make $1 billion each, and then after, most of the movies struggle. And you can't say Aladdin was a good movie. It was well made, but the story, the performance, people mistake the quality of the production with the quality of the movie.
Never seen it.
Yeah, when did that come out? I don't even remember.
Just before the cough.
Oh, yeah. I was like, man, I'm not into this live action shit. No.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean the Marvel stuff or just movies in general? I mean, you said
just
10
movies in general.
No, I mean, David said 10 movies made over $1 billion.
You had the Frozen movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, Disney stuff.
You had Frozen. You had 10 Disney movies make $1 billion each, and then after that, nothing. And it's like,
well, in the MCU stuff, you have the Immortal. I don't think even with all the shutdowns and everything, that movie would have done well. It was horrible. I mean, it's almost like they thought, hey, we slap anything together, put MCU on it, and it's going to bring in $1 billion.
Yeah, and
that never works.
The thing is, somebody let the cat out of the bag yesterday. There was no COVID shutdown for Hollywood. You had a couple of stars locked up, but before the lockdowns, all the stars scattered to all the studios that they were scheduled to, because the schedule's 2 years ahead. They just went to where their movies were going to be shot, and when the lockdown started, they didn't care because they could still film their movies.
Oh, yeah. No.
I mean,
the propaganda machine pushed COVID over the edge, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying COVID was pre-planned, but Hollywood was prepared. And they said so last week.
We talked about it before, too. It's like that would have been the best time for animated movies. You can call in a fucking voice, you know, and do a voice reading, and then there's all these people. If you're stuck at home and you're an animator, then get to fucking animating. We should have had so many animated movies during the last 3 years that we didn't get.
Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about Halo, saying they should have just done a voiceover and kept his helmet on.
Yeah. It's pretty funny how we end up with these discussions when it comes to pop culture with the damn helmets. It goes back to The Mandalorian even. Yep. And that, it's like people in the helmets, and now they're throwing bitch fits if they're in a helmet. It's like, really? Come on. I think they need to be in a different kind of helmet. Maybe put back on them. Just saying they might drool a little.
Yep. I am happy who they chose for Master Chief. I think he fits the role good.
I like him as a character. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor. His personal lines aren't the problem. It's the people around him. It's their lines. It's their dialogue. It's their interactions.
Well, it's. I hate to say it, but yeah, they picked a great actor for it. But Master Chief's an easy act because all you got to do is act like you have no emotions.
Grunt and point.
Well,
point
funny you should say that. A little bit of spoiler review. He cuts out his chip today.
That's shocking.
They're racing for the Halo storylines, aren't they? They're going to burn that series out.
He's standing in a bathroom naked, and Cortana walks in and helps him cut his chip out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw an article
she
about
whipped
that.
him?
Huh? They actually showed it in the trailer.
They inject him into his brain in this episode. See, the second episode ended with her body being revealed as Cortana. Yeah. Then they pulled her essence out and killed her.
See,
yeah,
I never knew she was a clone at first.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that she had a body. All I've ever seen her is the hologram, but they gave her a body that looked just like Halsey,
and then they deep fried her.
Yeah, they killed her. I couldn't even watch it. It was gross because they jabbed something in her eye.
Oh, you can't watch them parts?
No, man.
I watched that part, and then they literally lower her into something that looks like a human-sized deep fryer.
Well, yeah, because I guess it's the hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, because
to decompose her body.
Because cloning's illegal. On that.
I didn't know that, but
they do it all the time.
Yeah, but so they took her intelligence out and put it into a microchip and then embedded it into his head. But then she tells Halsey on him, and Halsey tells her just to go along with it because she needs to seem like a friendly, not a spy. Yeah. So Cortana, whatever her name is, Cortana, she comes in and tells him how to cut the chip out and where to cut and all this stuff. So I mean, like, it's really awkward that you bring up that he's very emotionless, but yet he cuts his chip out today.
Well, they literally the comic book states that emotions get in the way for Spartans. So the less emotions they have, the better the Spartan.
Right. And that's why they have that battle focus chip.
Yeah.
But he spent he got it, cut his chip out, and then he just walked around Reach, like looking at different things and checking things out and seeing people and experiencing things. And it was like, you guys spent 10 minutes doing this?
Was there a good fight scene at least?
No. You see the I take that back. There's not a fight scene, but a where what's her name? The Covenant. She infiltrates and gets on the ship and tries to take it over. Ends up killing everybody, and then realizing they've locked her out of the ship. So she's pretty much just done that for no reason. Right, dude. She's an idiot.
Okay.
The UNSC stumbles upon a ship with one life form in it, and they radio to her like, "Do you need any help? Like, are you distressed? Yada yada yada." And she answers them, and she's like, "Yeah, I was kidnapped, and da 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 da. I need help." And so they send her a pod, tell her to come over. When she comes over, they order her on the ground and get her situated, and they're pulling her into the ship and making sure she isn't a threat. Well, about that time, all these like Covenant worms just infiltrate and just start killing everybody on the ship, and the only person left is the captain. Well, then when she's asking the captain like, "Where are you from? Who are you? And like, how can I get to your base?" He laughs. He's like, "You're just gonna have to kill me." He's like, "Because I can't tell you." She's like, "Okay, I'll kill you, and then I'll just take the information out of your ship." He starts laughing at her and was like, "Good luck with that, because it's all locked out." So he kills her, or she kills him, goes over and looks at the computer, and everything's locked down. Like she can't access anything. So she just goes back to her ship, and she's all sad because she's like, "Well, I can't do nothing." So all that was for nothing. So, but that's really, and you only see Chief is out of the armor 98% of the time.
They should have.
He's even wearing civilian clothing.
Oh, see, they should have prolonged the mystery of his face and not release it on episode 1.
Right, but then again, how awkward would it be a Spartan walking around a town?
Yeah, that's true.
But they do.
Do they though? Because I'm talking like all we've seen so far of Reach is just the military compound. But today you get to see like him walking through the streets of like normal everyday city and stuff like that. And how awkward would it be for Master Chief to be walking around in his armor and all that?
Well, see, in the video game,
you always, you do walk around.
You never see, you only see, and you don't start seeing Halos without their suits, while the Spartans without their suits, until like the 4th game. But like, you never see Master Chief.
Right, but do you ever see them in a setting where there's like a park? Like, where are they at?
They kind of jump from, they do go to Reach, and you do get to explore all of Reach. And but you're always in combat mode. Usually when you played the missions, it's when the Covenant's already gotten there and you have to take it.
Well, that makes sense, but this is he boards a busy train to I forget the name of the place, but it's a park, and he's riding the train like people watching, seeing how people. This is after he cuts the chip out. Yeah. So he's like watching people, like there's a couple making out over in the corner, and he's kind of like not trying to be a stalker, but he kind of like looks at them and sees them kissing and whatnot. And then he gets off the train, and he's imagine a decked out military guy walking through like ready for battle military guy walking through New York, like Grand Central Station. That would draw major attention.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, that's the kind of setting it was. It was a big train station that he comes walking out of. Now, imagine how bad it would have been if he'd have been in Spartan armor.
True. Now, did you get the sense that he was curious? Because he basically was raised his whole life without emotion.
Right.
Yeah, this is Halo Field.
I don't know if it necessarily was curious, but it was more like, well, I guess so. I guess it was curious because he never experienced watching somebody kiss somebody else before.
Yeah.
Or he never experienced, he walked through a park and there was cello players playing a song, and he walked over and stood there and watched them play for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then heard a dog bark, and he went over and like kind of looked at the dog, and I think he was going to pet it, but then something happened and he kind of walked off, and he was just walking around looking at things. They spent so much time doing that. It's like, why?
Yeah, like,
why waste the time?
Yeah, it's episode filler.
Filler.
Yeah. So maybe
It's
the
filler.
next episode's going to be a big one.
So you can experience what it's like to not have the helmet on.
I guess. I don't know, dude. He has done nothing the last 2 episodes.
Which is why this isn't for Halo fans. This is for people who don't know anything about Halo.
That'd be me.
Yeah, it's he cut the chip out so that he could touch the artifact that they found on that planet. I don't remember what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Looks like a triangle.
What you're talking about.
All right, so he wanted to touch it without the chip in it, so he could dive deeper into his feelings. So that's he did that after he got back from exploring the city, and remembered that he had found one once before, and they had buried it out in the middle of the woods, off where he lived with his parents. So then he suits up and he's gonna go find the second artifact. He tells Halsey, and Halsey's like, "Well, I'm coming with you."
Well, I will say, how much? I don't want to give no spoilers.
Might as well. Who cares?
Okay. Well, Master Chief has modified DNA, not just from the military.
I heard that wasn't Master Chief abducted and then cloned?
No, basically, it's all about the rings. So these great, I'm trying to remember their names. I can't pronounce it. Prometheans were this great species that made rings because of a flood, like zombie creatures were taking over the whole universe. They cut them on and it killed everything, absolutely everything. Well, they made it to where they basically had seeds for planets for every creature ever born, and they would bring back all the creatures. Spartan 117 actually was already pre-programmed to be special. And it was him and like probably 1,000 other humans. But you got to think the odds of all 1,000 of them surviving are like rare. So he's one of few that it can actually access that triangle. And there's only humans that got that ability. Because the Prometheans saw humans as superior race.
Right.
They were engineered to be.
Yeah.
They were engineered to take over from the Prometheans.
Yeah.
And not repeat the same mistakes. That's what their thought was. That when they reach their peak technology, they won't make the same mistake, and they'll defeat the flood. Yeah. They knew the flood would be back. Or they suspected, or one of them suspected. It was only one, wasn't it?
What?
The one who stayed behind, the one who put himself inside the field so he couldn't be.
Yeah. there's only
Yeah,
one.
he suspected the flood would come back.
And y'all haven't got to see the hunters yet, have you?
What's that?
They're like juggernauts. They're massive. 10 times the size
I think
of a
they
Spartan.
showed them, but Chief hasn't fought them.
Basically, they're just a creature made of worms with body armor on it, but they're massive.
No.
They did show you saw a part of one today.
Okay.
You never saw it. You just saw like the leg shooting behind the scene. Like you were looking at what's the girl that got taken by the Covenant?
I can't remember her name.
Isn't there like the blessed one or something?
Yeah.
All
She's
right.
one of the 1,000.
Right. Well, you saw her. You were looking at her, and you saw like you were behind it, and you could see like its leg or something. Because that's where the worms came from that killed all the people on the ship. So, yeah.
No, but they say, they say that the Halo series is, it's not a, it's not a 5 out of 10, but it's a 7 out of 10. It's just, if it had been from Master Chief's eyes, if it had been more to the start of the Halo series, and they built the story up to the Spartans, and then they covered the each season was each Halo story, or set in each part of Halo.
Well, my whole thing about it is I enjoy it because like they made it to where like someone like Seth that's never played Halo can still enjoy it. They're not just making it for the fans right now, they're making it for other people to become fans.
Well, right, but I mean, what's
They're losing fans
though is I would rather watch accurate information.
Yeah, watch it once and know everything.
Yeah. Yeah, which they haven't done too much. Well, I don't know. I haven't watched this episode, so I don't know. But I know they haven't done too much to destroy the story yet.
Yeah, but they've already lost fans, and they're not losing. They're losing more fans over Halo 5 though than they are over the series.
Yeah,
the series is only a trickle.
Yeah, which they've tried. Do y'all remember District 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were going to make a Halo movie, and they were
That's how it started.
Yeah, they were going to use the funds from District 9 to make the Halo movie, and it fell through because they didn't make enough money.
Oh.
Yeah. Blomkamp made a Halo trailer, and Microsoft wouldn't fund the rest of the movie, wouldn't allow them the rights, because they were worried that it would damage their IP. And now they're suddenly not caring if their IP is damaged. And it's like, you should have gone with the Blomkamp movie, Yep. Even though they say hindsight is 2020, I just don't get what is the decision making these corporate executives go through, and they don't seem to suffer the consequences of their actions. Because most companies, when I was a kid, if you work for a company and you made a major mistake, you weren't going to be working that long. Yet in Hollywood, it seems to be, well, up until the Discovery merger, it used to be, hey, you're going to get promoted. I think the Discovery merger is the first time we've seen a company take over a failing IP and say, yeah, you're all fired. You failed.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Disney taking over Fox, they didn't say to the people who they took over Fox, you failed. They said, no, we don't want you in business anymore because you're competition to us. And the government said, yeah, go ahead and get rid of Fox. We don't care. They're not on our side. And it's like, yeah, well, you wonder why people aren't on your side. Now, I know a lot of people shit on the X-Men movies, and it's the same with the Spider-Man movies, but those movies made a lot of money. And you look at the garbage some of the garbage that Disney's put out, and you really think, and yet people would rather still dunk on Fox and our Fox X-Men movies when there's plenty of bad MCU movies and bad MCU shows to dunk on. So it's definitely a bias rather than a actual critique of the movies. And yeah, a lot of it is sour fans who didn't get their favorite comic book turned into a movie too.
I want to see another Spawn movie.
The McFarlanes have to fund that because nobody will.
I thought there was going to be one in the works.
It keeps falling apart.
Oh.
It's going to end up like Uncharted. Eventually somebody will make it, but
I thought
have so much taint.
What's his name? Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything new about that.
I always enjoyed the Spawn. I'll rewatch the Spawn movie now.
I watched it not too long ago. It looked pretty rough.
Quality was rough. But when I was a kid, it wasn't. I didn't care about the quality. I wanted more.
Movie Web. Jamie Foxx's Spawn in the reboot 3 years ago. 2 months ago, Spawn teaser for 2023. Will it come out? That's the question. So he hasn't quit according to GameSpot. Others people say the McFarlane reboot hasn't finished. He's still attached to it. Jamie Foxx is still attached to the project despite funding issues and struggling to get the film finished. Yeah, what's worse than a 2-year delay on releasing the movie? A movie that took 3 years to make.
Yeah. That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Almost as bad as them saying, hey, you should buy an electric car, but here's my thought. If they cared about the world so much, wouldn't they be making electric trucks that haul all this shit in the first place?
Well, that's what California's mandated, but as Elon Musk said, the engines aren't powerful enough yet. Because it's the battery life, it's the ratio of the battery life to the engine power required.
Well, did y'all know that there's a video it keeps popping up for me to watch. Now I've watched half of it. It's talking about we are not causing the ice caps to melt. That it's underneath the ice. Water is going. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Earth's it's the Earth's thermals which are being heated by the I forget the name of the waves, but they're from the sun. It's the sun is doing it.
That we are not responsible for the ice caps, and they have proven it now for the
multiple
third time.
NASA, and the thing is, it's what is it? It's 1/4 of an inch every 100 years. It's like, what? And the thing is, what people don't understand, 125 million years, water, and then the weight of the water is so high that it pressures down and the land rises again.
Now, Seth, would you drive a Tesla?
Yeah, I would.
The thing is, you're paying an extra $30,000 for a car. Do you know that's over that's over 30 years to pay off the savings. That 30 grand if you on the savings of the fuel.
I will say, at least with a Tesla, they put style in it. It's got its own personality. I will say that.
Yeah, but you can buy a $60,000 BMW for the same quality.
Yeah. Which the only thing I got to say about BMWs is the parts, which Tesla probably is too. I don't know what their parts price is, but
Tesla, you don't buy the parts. You take the car to them and they fix it.
Oh.
You pay a price. You don't pay for the parts or anything. You just pay for it to be done. Every job has a fixed price.
But the whole thing with the BMW is the parts are too expensive for actual upkeep. Like, by the time you buy the parts to fix the car, you could have bought another car.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
Because it costs them so much money to keep a 10-year stock of parts. That's why Tesla doesn't have a third party. Because if you have a third party parts provider, you have to have a stock of parts.
Which Apple is now trying to get into the car business. They want to make their own car.
Yeah, so does Google, and both of them have lost billions of dollars trying.
Yeah.
They'd be better off making a train, like a bullet train, and just combining it together. And then, people take the bullet train.
I'm surprised Apple hasn't tried to buy Google.
They did 25 years ago.
Did they?
Apple, but the government said no. Google was nearly broke. They were only worth $25 million, $100 million in debt. Microsoft and Apple all offered to buy them all, or a lot individuals, and then the government came in and said, "Here's some contracts. Go make this OS for smartphones," and they dumped so much money on them that they bought up all the. They realized the only way to make money on smartphones was advertising, so they went out and bought up all the advertising distribution networks. Google, Apple, Amazon, they all have one thing in common. Same with Microsoft. The majority of their money comes from the government, and it's just dumped on them, and you get all the debt. Bezos gets the super yacht, you get the debt. Seems fair in my eyes, says Jeff. But the days of Amazon being subsidized may be over.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the post office is reviewing all its service fees and charges and streamlining.
Is there a bird in somebody's background?
That's me. Sorry.
No, that's cool. I was just wondering. It sounds very tropical.
Yeah, I'm in the subtropics, remember? I'm on the edge.
Oh, you're underneath, upside down?
Okay. That's right. I'm in the back cave.
Wherever he supposedly is.
Yeah, because the flat earthers say we don't exist.
Yeah.
We deny you. See how that works.
According to Joe Biden, Australia doesn't exist. So yeah.
His camera's gonna fall, and you're gonna look out a window, and it's just gonna be America.
Yeah,
it's all into thinking he's from Australia.
That'd be hilarious.
We have a secret space program for Elon Musk. He's secret to launching rockets. We pushed them off the edge of Australia, and they fall into space.
Nice. Australia.
Oh. Well, and back on Tommy's whole thing too. You can't tell me that all these nuclear tests and shit that China was doing, making fake islands, that's not going to have some effect on the weather anyway.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, the fake islands are already starting to change the water patterns, the currents, and now India and Malaysia and I don't think Vietnam. I think somebody else. I'm not sure if it's Thailand. They want to build artificial islands too. But you know where fish, you know the reefs, everybody. That's where the fish breed. So the more reefs you cover over with sand, so you can have your la-di-da resorts. Good luck having fish.
Yeah.
Because without those reefs, all the predators go, oh, look, fish eggs. Caviar, anybody? Caviar?
So, have y'all ever had the T-bone steak at Denny's?
No, I've never eaten steak from a breakfast joint.
It tastes like crap.
I imagine so.
Like, it was a good deal on the steak, but I got it yesterday, and I was like, I took 2 bites, and I was like, nope.
Well, see, there's grades of meat. There's premium, there's supermarket,
and then
there's Denny's. Oh, sorry,
then there's
McDonald's.
Denny's. Yep,
Denny's.
exactly. Actually, I was going to say, then there's other places, and then there's Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is about Denny's, there's always Taco Bell.
Well, see, the thing is like in my younger days, like after going to parties and stuff, we always hit up Denny's, and it didn't taste bad.
Or omelet shop.
We were drunk.
Or omelet shop.
Or
Omelet shop was better than Denny's though.
Oh yeah.
White Castle, anybody?
We didn't have it.
But I don't know if that was actually it tasted good when I was younger, or the beer was talking to me.
Probably the beer.
Yeah.
I would say the beer. We used to have Wendy's, which was a hand-me-down from Denny's, and yeah, it closed. They just whatever they were using for cooking oil, nobody else used, and the meat tasted like it was corn. You know, it tasted like corn. And when meat tastes like corn, you're not going to eat it.
No.
There are very few burger joints that have gone broke.
So, Adam, what's your favorite restaurant you like to eat at?
I don't really eat out that much.
Barbecue grill.
I figured it's a pizza place because you sometimes like pizza.
Well, I'd eat pizza damn near every couple of days if it was up to me, but you know, it's because pizza's delicious.
Yes.
I haven't had pizza in over. Well, no, I take that back. I ate the toppings off of pizza a month ago.
I gotta watch my carbs.
Tommy's trying to be a carnivore.
Yeah. Wow.
If you want to be a carnivore in the carnivore diet, you have to buy your rump by the box, you know.
We had a nice butcher place that would sell the meat by the box, but they closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they closed all the mom and pop, stopped them from supplying the butchers.
I'll tell you where me and Seth's from, all these tiny places are closing down like crazy.
Yeah.
Amazon realized Amazon realized that they can't stop the unionization of their workers anymore. So they're giving them $15 because they know the inflation will kill all the small businesses and they won't have any competitors.
Mm.
Hello, franchise history.
Well, hello. How's it going, man?
I mean, I still use Amazon about the same amount as I've always have. You know what I mean? It's not really changed at all. I still shop at regular stores as well as, you know.
I have
some people aren't affected by it, Adam. I can understand that you're not affected by it, but there are people in some states where, particularly California, where there are only businesses now Amazon delivery, and as you can imagine, you know, imagine the Wild West. You know, when the only way money or goods was moving in a town was the stagecoach. Well, you now got that with Amazon delivery services. So you can imagine what's going on in California right now, with one in 1 in 2 parcels going missing. It's Californians looking like
it didn't help when they were ripping this shit off from the trains with no fucking repercussions.
No.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you're talking foreign country. California ain't even part of the United States anymore. We disowned that shit long time ago. Soy boy bitches. Same with Seattle. That's why we were laughing at the Chaz.
We've been trying to hit the border of California to make sure it drops in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Lex Luthor's plan was perfect. There was nothing wrong.
Hashtag Lex was right. Hashtag Lex was right. Him and Lex and Darth Vader are laughing it up.
Making the world a better place.
Yeah.
If
you only listen to our plan.
I love how, like, me and Seth went to a restaurant. Was it 2 weeks ago, Seth?
Each one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time someone says they're from New York, they go, "We're from the upper New York."
Yeah. They make sure to tell them that they're not from the S-hole city.
Yeah. Every person I've ever met that says they're from New York, I'm from the upper New York. It's
upstate New York. I'm from upstate New York.
I got relatives in upstate New York.
Oh. They say it's like it's very farmland and stuff.
Yeah, they're apple growers. They're in upper state New York, and they've been there since the beginning of America.
Yeah, it's like Illinois. You get out of Chicago and it's all farmland.
Mm.
So, yeah, Southern Illinois is not bad. I'm finally back. Sorry.
Good.
I had to let the dogs out, then I started sneezing, and I had to let the dogs in, and I started sneezing. So
you were just a sneezy mess.
No, for like 3 days, I've had my allergies were bothering me, and then today I wake up with this head cold. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I told my work I ain't working today, and I went back to bed till like noon.
Nice.
So, yeah, but it's annoying.
Man, getting sick has always been annoying. Allergies is about a bitch too.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. And then people were mowing their yards today, and so then that. Oh my God. So yeah. So if I'm not sneezing because I got a cold, I'm sneezing because my allergies are going crazy. So can't win for losing, as they say.
Oh, this is so funny. Somebody on Twitter. Hey, you want to win the midterms? Legalize pot and kill student loans. You'll reinvigorate the economy, and young people will vote for you. Yeah, right.
We need to fix the education system first.
Yeah, look at Oregon and look at all the states with legal pot. Sure, their economies went up 20 million in the first 12 months, and in the second 12 months, crime went up 40 million. Because all the pot dealers who couldn't compete realized that they'll rob all the pot stores and sell it at half price.
Yeah, I don't think that'd work too well.
No, the pot economy, if it worked, we would hear about it all the time, but it hasn't, has it?
Well, the biggest problem is because it's still federally illegal.
Yeah, but if those states were doing well, it wouldn't be, because the tax man would say, "No, we want the revenue more than we want the more."
No, because in America, it's all about prisons, dude. They make more money off of drug fucking busts and repeats.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's about the money.
Yeah.
So wait, it's still federally illegal?
Yeah, it's always been federally illegal. It's still illegal
in
in certain states. It's not even half of the states is it legal in.
Yeah, but all the states who have legalized it are having problems now, and their crime is higher than before.
Yeah, because being locked at home for 3 fucking years has got nothing to do with it, and people losing their jobs and shit. There's a lot more that plays into it than that. Because Michigan legalized it quite a while back, and or decriminalized it anyway.
So wait, if like the feds came up and you had it, would you be? Would they give you a felony?
If they wanted to arrest you, they could, because it's a charge.
They cannot arrest you unless you cross state lines with the marijuana. If you're in a safe zone, you're safe. But if you leave it with if you leave the safe zone with pot, they can touch you.
Yeah, or
it's
you go to
federally
like a federal
illegal, so
park.
they can arrest you. Period, because you have an illegal substance on you. That's where you're wrong, David. It's federally illegal. Federal law subsedes.
Yeah, but
state
feds
law.
have, but under the law, the feds have restrictions in those states. Like they can arrest you for entering a federal building with it, but not a state building.
Yeah.
They have put restrictions on the feds to stop arrests. Well, at least Michigan did, as far as I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for all I knew,
It's
last
really
I
weird.
knew, and I've got family that are in the police force, and yeah, trust me, if the federal want to arrest you for anything, they can and will.
Oh yeah, they could just ask you a trick question and take you in for lying to an officer.
Shit,
Or
what are you talking about? This is
suspected
America.
lying to
They
an
just
officer.
pick you up. Come here.
Yeah,
Turn around. Click, click. You're coming with me.
yeah, and then everybody says, "Oh, but Russia." It's like that's the new catchphrase, isn't it? What's your excuse? But Russia.
I don't give a fuck about Russia, and I don't give a flying fuck about Ukraine. Same problems were going on in the 70s. It's like, it's so sick of this shit.
up until the 22nd of February, the Ukraine was the most corrupt country in the world. Now it's, hey, let's save them.
Yeah. Funny how the virus took a back seat to gas prices and everything else going up. Which I can't believe diesel's like $5 a gallon here. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. And then nobody can figure out why the prices of everything is doubled.
Well,
Which
they showed
Oh,
the Chinese showed live the gas prices and the ships in Russian ports and all this stuff going on. So, who are you going to believe? You're going to believe, and that's got half the world wondering what's really going on with gas prices. There's no shortage of gas.
What gets me is why diesel is actually an aftermarket of making gas. Like, that was like the waste, and now it's becoming more expensive than gas.
Because that way they can charge you more money for your food, for everything that comes in via diesel.
Yeah. As a lot of people are saying, in America, one of the biggest problems with the cost of fuel is the fact that they truck fuel. And they have to spend so much fuel on that trucking of fuel, and then they lose so much in evaporation during the storage, and because they can store it faster than they can move it. So the refineries have to run at low capacity. So it's really weird because it's coming in raw and then getting processed and then being trucked out. And that bottleneck is costing them money in storage, which is why they can't do as many fracking projects, because they can build the tower. They can't build the storage facility. And they can't pipe the stuff. So all they could do is frack a little bit and fill up the tanker and then wait for the next tanker to come along. But if you're if you're lucky, you might, in some states, they actually let you have a couple of tankers at a time. It is so stuffed up. It's the transportation system that's costing you the most. It's the transportation bottleneck. And it's also that somebody who decided that their crusade is going to get you to use less fuel, no matter what it costs, because it costs them nothing. They don't lose.
It's the green world order, man. GWO, trying to make everything go green. Buy your electric cars. You don't need fuel, but yet how many people would be out of work if that was the case, man? If they were to shut down and stop making fuel. The
only ones working would be China, because they're the only ones that can make the batteries.
The thing is, it's not just fuel. There are so many byproducts, plastics, that are made with petroleum products.
Yep.
Yeah, there's more than that. There's plastics, pharmaceuticals. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, that's what the pipeline was supposed to help alleviate is because but you know, when you got people, but you have people who have the contracts for trucking the oil around. They were able to kill the pipeline.
Yeah, because the Teamsters put more money per day into the Democrat Party than the pipeline could in a year.
Yeah.
It's all about the concentration of wealth and power into the hands of a few.
Well, I think we're getting kind of the end of the night here. We're kind of rambling on now.
Yeah.
But check back with us tomorrow morning. We're going to do coffee and gaming. Check all of our links down below. Do you guys have anything you want to plug?
What are you playing tomorrow?
Probably just going to be some Red Dead because I don't have anything else ready to play.
You mean tell me you ain't going to play that racing game?
Dude, screw that game.
See, Tommy, did you finally give Seth his birthday present?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's actually it's right here.
Yep.
Yours is right there, and that's the fuel gauge, and right there is the water temperature gauge. I have.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, right there. I got a tack somewhere, but I can't find it. I think it's in a box somewhere.
Right.
All that's gonna get shoved in the S10 one of these days. So thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
It's only like 2 months late because of Tommy.
I hate. Well, you know, sorry. it was there in time. It's just Tommy.
I know Tommy.
It's just I hated those stock gas gauges in the S10s. And that's we were talking and whatnot. And that's since I bought the one for my truck. I was like, well, hell, and they're the same trucks. I was like, well, they should work for you, buddy. So here you go.
So you got that Nissan. What year is yours again?
What Nissan?
I mean, not Nissan. You got that S10. What year is it?
Mine?
Yes.
87.
All right. If you get a Nissan, the Nissan pickup trucks, the new one, the gaskets for the doors are only like $6 right now, and they'll fit your S10 perfectly.
Gaskets for the door. The weather stripping?
Yeah, I mean the weather stripper is only $6 right now.
Oh, I already have.
We continue to say good night, and you guys can talk afterwards.
Yeah. Good night.
My bad. Good night.
Good night.
I gotta go blow my